In this presentation, I will be evaluating and analyzing the planning, execution, and management of my most recent work, the Styled app, the concept I have created as part of my major negotiated project. While working on the project, I conducted relevant primary and secondary research to discover and establish the current gap in the fashion market, the lack of interactive digital use in physical stores, as well as my target audience, Generation Z. I started my work by producing appropriate creative tactics for my research folder that were composed of app mockups, social media, and out-of-home advertising in key locations in London. In terms of the disruptive idea itself, some of the elements turned out to be really successful. During the organizational process, I conducted a series of one-to-one interviews and online surveys which allowed me to connect with my chosen target audience. Having the opportunity to directly engage with Gen Zs offered me relevant consumer insights which further guided my research and concept development. The content presented as part of my market research folder and creative tactics was relevant to the industry and had the aim to offer a more in-depth visualization of my final concept. The final layout of the project, along with the creative tactics, served as a personal accomplishment as they were representative for my concept and the chosen theme. For creating the mockups, I have used Photoshop as the main digital program. One task that I found challenging was creating the promotional videos of the app in Premiere Pro, as it was a new program for me and I had to familiarize with its tools. However, the most difficult problem I encountered along the way was the consequences of the COVID-19 outbreak that put a whole country in lockdown. I was most affected by the effects of the pandemic when the university closed. Our campus represents a hub of information and facilities that I used before the lockdown in order to conduct my research properly and communicate with Gen Z students. Having no access to the university equipment, learning materials, and space affected my concentration, but luckily I was able to overcome any obstacle and create the most representative work for my concept. Conducting my primary research online was another struggling task for me, as I could not properly connect with my chosen audience via online surveys. However, I was able to gain relevant information on advertisement and online campaigns from one conversation I had with a micro-influencer named Bianca Braico. One aspect that helped and guided me and my work further was the constant interaction with the teachers. Even though it was more complicated to receive detailed feedback on the work submitted, every teacher made everything possible for us to remain calm and mentally healthy during this difficult period of time. We had regular meetings on Zoom app, online courses on Blackboard Collaborate, as well as continuous communication via email. While working on my major negotiated project, I have gained valuable skills such as time management. One problem that I did have was the lack of motivation and focus at times due to the current pandemic. There were days when I could not find any good reason to start working on my tasks. However, there were other days when I found myself multitasking, wanting to create the work as soon as possible. As Cal Newport affirms, having a recording of all the things you still need to do can help you stay focused on the upcoming tasks. After considering this, I pushed myself to relax, create a to-do list, develop a routine, and take tasks one at a time. By doing this, I remained focused on my work and succeeded to finalize the concept at its best form. In my opinion, Styled is an innovative concept that has the ability to improve the current fashion marketplace and satisfy the consumer need. I believe my concept would be helpful for the fashion world, especially post-pandemic, when shopping regulations will be imposed and some consumers may be doubtful of trying clothes on in store. The Styled concept has the potential of gaining relevant exposure with the use of a good online advertisement that will attract users and increase the brand's reach towards its audience.